Good evening. Dobre wieczór. Welcome. I'm so happy, ladies and gentlemen, to be here with you tonight. You cannot believe, I have to stay home for such a long time because remember, hashtag stay home. And using my pajama and spending all my time watching movies, sit on the sofa, taking rest. With all my friends in the Champions Tour community, we come up from Oleg and other members that you will see yesterday on broadcasting online competitions. We come up with the idea of running online contest. Of course, free for everybody, for all these kids that are home, spending time themselves, enjoy with us from the living room, from the bedroom, send us a beautiful video of their dancing. And I want to thank you, all the judges that have been participating so far, to helping us, and they put in their knowledge with a good spirit in their heart, because that's what they're doing, because we're trying to help in our community, because we are suffering. Like every part of the world are closed. We are closing border. Maybe many people of you know I'm stuck in Moscow. I cannot go back because the borders are closed. So I have my family far away, so I want to say hello to my family. We come up during these 10 days of working because I was really fed up to be sit down on the sofa with my pajama, to come up with some ideas. And today, thanks to the help of 4 beautiful people that you can't see, but believe me, they work tremendously, very, very hard. I want to say thank you to Victoria, to Katia, to Stefano, to Viren. They are working very, very hard. You don't see them. But without these people who are working so hard, nothing can be done. So we come up with this beautiful idea called United Dance Friends or Jerry Club. Obviously, I'm so lucky in my life because I have many, many friends. I'm very lucky because on this moment of my life, I understand when you're home, friends, it's all about it. Ladies and gentlemen, to running this show, of course, you see I'm in my home, I'm here like everybody else, but I dress up. So that's what made me really feel comfortable because I can put my new suit and I can use it so I'm in my pajamas, so at least to make myself much more comfortable. I have with me a co-presenter that is also friendly and also is coming like many times with me in many projects. He's always behind my ideas, and when we throw these discussions, he's here. And I want my friend that he come from Odessa tell us the situations in Ukraine, because Ukraine, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, is a big dancing community. And we are, and I'm so proud to be also connected to them. I want to ask Mr. Victor Pali, can you take it over, Victor, from Odessa?
Good evening, Jerry. Добрый вечер всем. Действительно, в Украине сейчас карантин, и мы все находимся на домашней изоляции, но, безусловно, мы можем перемещаться по городу, ходить в магазин, покупать продукты, и я думаю, что у нас точно такая же ситуация, как сегодня ситуация во многих странах мира. Итак, добрый вечер, дамы и господа, и сегодня мы и все сообщество Champions Tour рады представить вашему вниманию совершенно новый проект для нашего танцевального мира — ток-шоу United Dance Friends of Jerry Club. В этом шоу мы попробовали создать все для того, чтобы вы могли ответить на свои интересующие вопросы, услышать мнение важных людей, узнать что-то новое. И, безусловно, этих людей важных, как я сказал, вы все знаете, и сегодня мы поэтому пригласили выдающихся спортсменов, топ-преподавателей, а также активных деятелей танцевального мира. Как карантин повлияет на танцевальный мир? Это тема сегодняшнего эфира. Я думаю, что этот вопрос интересует всех нас, и он очень актуален в наши будни, потому что нам пришлось отказаться от наших будней, перестать ездить на тренировки, перестать выезжать за рубеж на турниры, потому что многие, как вы знаете, многие границы, многих государств закрыты. Что же будет? Как быть? Что происходит с танцевальным миром сегодня? И будет ли танцевальный мир таким, как был до карантина? Я думаю, что сегодня на все эти вопросы мы сможем получить ответы вместе с вами и услышать мнение наших гостей. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you, and good luck to everybody in Ukraine. But ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you one more thing before we move into our guest. Today is the 15th of April, ladies and gentlemen. We choose these days for a simple reason. Maybe none of you knows, but since 1935, 15th of April is called the Day of Culture. What culture means, I went in Wikipedia and I checked it because I want to make sure that everybody understands what culture means. And I read it for you, ladies and gentlemen. It's a desire of knowledge, of beauty, ideals, and self-improvement. What is the day we choose to start this beautiful talking? I don't want to take more time. I want to make the regia. Please send our first guest.
And we're very pleased to be here at the beginning of this exciting venture of Jerry's, and hopefully it will be successful. There'll be lots of other people there. We are stuck at home now for the 4th week, and we're trying to find lots of things to do, I expect, like most of you, but we're keeping positive and looking forward to being back with everybody when this awful virus is over. So you can see Michael's started to grow a beard. He's never had one before, but it's doing quite well, isn't it?
It is very good. It's a great shame that we are talking to you in such bad circumstances, but we want you all to be very positive and work very hard in what you're going to try to achieve. Do not let yourself get lazy and just sit at home and watch TV. If you're going to watch anything, then watch this video on the Champion Store. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, Michael and Lorna. And I guess everybody, you don't need me to present them because I think they are very famous, Mr. and Mrs. Latin. And I was so glad and so honored to be the students of these beautiful two persons. And I would just ask the Regia, are you ready for our second guest?
Ok, ciao a tutti quanti. Hello to everybody. So we are honored to be here, to be called from Jerry, who told me, Joe, can you be tonight part of this wonderful meeting between us to share our opinions. So my wife, Katya, and I, we decided to participate of this wonderful video meeting in order to express ourselves and to have a dialogue together. Hello.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Thank you Joe and thank you Katia, grazie, grazie. Anche noi in Italia siamo molti giorni a casa e tutti i nostri amici in Italia, stiamo duro, ce la faremo, ok? Un grande forte, un abbraccio a tutti quanti voi. Joe e Katia, for me, Joe e Katia representing I like a lot for my life. They've been in my life, I think forever, you know, so they always been. Thank you, Joe and Katia, to be with us. But let's move on, Regia, with our third guest.
Yes, hello, I'm Marcel de Rijk. I'm actually from the Netherlands, but I live in Indonesia. And here it's already in the middle of the night. So welcome to Jerry's Dance Talk Show. I hope you enjoy it. It will be a long time that you have been sitting in your house, maybe can do nothing, but now we can talk about something that we all like. It's dancing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Marcel. I'm sorry to keep you awake so late. I know you're around about midnight, but we cannot miss you on our first show. You and people will understand later why I can see in Facebook you have a lot of followers. People like your dancing by the pool, you're dancing on your living rooms. It was being fantastic. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, next guest.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for inviting me to this show. It's a great honor to be part of it, and I think it's an absolutely wonderful idea. I seem to think that this is the time. I call it this is the time. And today I'm feeling this is the time to really connect to everyone. And I think it's a wonderful idea, and we hope that we can give you some inspiration and ideas and maybe some uplifting messages during the next coming minutes to inspire you how to take the next step forward with your dancing in this very critical time. So I'm very honored to be here and very excited to be part of the show. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you very much. I know you are in New York. Be safe, please. Don't move. And we want to know much more from New York maybe later. And I guess all our dancing community in the world know the great dancer you being as a competitor and a great teacher you are. Thank you, Alan, to be with us. And ladies and gentlemen, let's move to the next guest.
Hi, everybody. Hello, Jerry. Thank you very much for inviting me. Actually, Alan just have stolen all my words. How honored for me to be here with all of you. And I am really appreciate Jerry for organizing the show. And of course, I'm very glad to see everybody, all of you, because we now we have a lot of contacts, but it's great that we have this opportunity and sit virtually together and discuss the most important for all of us topic about our dancing world in the future.
Thank you very much. And say спасибо большое. По-русски a little bit чуть-чуть. People that know is Alexei Mildev. I think everybody knows him very clear. He's the president of the franchising Gala Dance and organizers of some of the great events. One is called for Pro-Am Champions Ball, and one is called Moscow Ball. And then I know, and I'm sure Alexei will tell us a little bit more later, they are also preparing some online content for Pro-Am. I'm very glad for that. And we will talk about it. I'm sure, Alexei, we have a lot of things to ask you, and you can tell us about things, how moving on. Thank you very much, Alexei. I know you're very busy with the production of Dance with the Star in Moscow, and for your time to come. Ladies and gentlemen, our last guest for today.
This is not here, right?
Yes, it's not here. Victor just announced it. That Dennis just write to his speech with Dance with the Star, and just continue on with the conversation and go back to me, and then we start with the rest. Okay?
So I put Victor now.
Yes, Victor. Victor, are you ready? Just say it's not here. Okay? Victor.
Итак, уважаемые друзья, Денис Тагинцев сейчас не может находиться с нами, так как он занят с «Танцы со звездами» проекта. Поэтому, как и вы уже поняли, сегодня у нас есть возможность с нашими гостями, которые очень важные персоны в танцевальном мире и активные деятели танцевального мира, мы сможем пообщаться на интересующие нас темы. Итак, перейдем к дискуссии. Джерри.
Victor, I'm here. Ladies and gentlemen, here we come. We try as best as we can. We try to do everything is possible. I know Dennis write me a personal message. I write a personal message to him because he's very busy. He's very busy, and he's. I know I have a big production, ladies and gentlemen. As you see, I go. People tell me what to do and make me to go. And I know used to be people knows me. I am a runner alone, and I've been direct to many people what to do. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, do you know what I want to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, to be with me, and I want the Regia to be ready because we want to see the next video because we have a very important news. One of the best, one good dancers in the world today is an amateur, very young. He give us some comment how he feel and what he think about the dancing home. Please, Regia, Igor Resnik.
Hello everyone, my name is Igor. I hope everyone is safe and healthy. Of course, this is a horrible time for all of us, but even in such a tough time, the main thing is to use it wisely. Try to focus on the positive side of this situation. Of course, it is very complicated that we are unable to go to the studio and dance probably. But you have to stay focused and motivated through these times. Try to find something new for you and for your dance partner. Trying to find some new ideas for the future dresses, some new ideas for the future choreography pieces, or some working ideas, and just a pure inspiration.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see also our beautiful younger dancers in the world tell us what they think about this difficult situation around the world. And I want to encourage all the people at home, all the youngest boys or youngest girl or younger dancer to please send a small video of yourself. We want to tell about the world much more. So we expecting to receive video. You can send it to my account in Facebook or Instagram. So I'm very happy to receive from you information so we can publish and we can distribute in the world as it is. But ladies and gentlemen, let's open our living room. See, I'm taking my seat because I want to be comfortable with all my guests. And I want to feel home. And I want you to feel home because we have found very difficult question for them. And we have some of the questions very hard to understand it. I want to, first of all, again, 15th of April is another very special day. And this special day I just want to tell you. He started in 1951. And who doesn't know what happened on 15 April 1951? I will tell you now. It happens that in London, a man with the name of Henrik Morley, he was an advertising agent, basically just as not a dancer and nothing else. He was being employed by famous London dancing hall at the time, and they tried to increase their clients in the dancing hall. And they told him how we can do this. So this Mr. Henrik Morley, in the 15th of April 1951, set up the first Miss World. It was the first Miss World. And if I'm not wrong, it's been running in London until 1992-93. And it was the first contest where woman was on the bikini, walking on the dancing hall and made publicity for dancing. Who is better than asking our friends from all the way from London, Mike and Lorna, to tell us more about it?
Well, actually, Miss World Championship, the Miss World competition still runs today, but it doesn't run in London anymore because there was a big campaign at one time with the Women's Lib organization. They wanted women to be liberated, and they were against the parading of women and them being in their swimsuits, and they thought it was degrading. So they campaigned, and they actually made a big demonstration at the Royal Albert Hall, and Bob Hope was the commentator on the Miss World Championship, and they completely disrupted it. They got inside the Albert Hall and sat in the audience, and they threw flower bombs and just completely disrupted the whole of the organization of that particular Worlds. And from that time on, not sure what year it was, I think, did you say 1992 was the last time it was here?
Yes.
Well,
exactly.
from that time on, it was never run in Great Britain again, but it still runs. And the organizer of it is Eric Morley's wife, Julia Morley, and their son Julian, and they still stage the World Beauty competition for the women. But generally, it's in places like, I don't know, Grenada or Hawaii or Brazil, mostly in the South American countries. So it was quite something. I mean, and as I say, big campaign about it.
Well, why I'm asking this question, Lorna, is because I want to bring up to the fashions and to the moda. And because on this, as I told you, I'm down home with pajama most of the day. And as you say, Michael with beers, and you see people, we have not been shaving ourselves. But, we have a lot of dancers home that have practice in the living rooms. So I want to ask, okay.
They have what in the living rooms?
They practice in the living rooms. They practice. They practice. So what I want to ask, and I want to know if there's any ideas or any suggestions can come about moda, how to practice, how the best feeling, how to feel the moda, to one of the most elegant and fashionable dancing women in our industry. Who is that? Mrs. Katia Vanone.
Is she answering that question?
Yes. Katia?
Okay. Thank you, Jerry. I think at the moment it's not too easy to practice. To practice at home by yourself, I think it's quite difficult. You have in this situation. And maybe what is the suggestion? To feel the body, to thinking about, I don't know, difficult, because in this moment, very difficult, thinking about practice.
Of course, it's difficult. I know that is why we have to try to understand and try to help him. But ladies and gentlemen, I would like to move a little bit more deeply. As you know, the topic of today is leader to leader, how difficult it is running, what is going to happen to our business after these situations. Okay, how we're going to run in, what's going to happen. So for this reason, I know, and I want to know if somebody coming from New York tell us about what you think about it, what is being thought about it, because we have other questions that I would like to ask this my beautiful living room that I'm living today. Alan, if you're with us, can you take it and just tell us some opinion, please?
I have a little bit of a problem with the connection here. Just repeat the question one more time and I'll be very happy to answer.
Yes, I say that we are now moving in a completely different situation now. Most of the dancing are, the industry like is at home, is a sit down and, you know, people practice at home, yes. Online lessons. What do you think it will be the future? That is the question. How you see the industry will move in the future? Not technically, but how you think it will be run. It will still do online things. How we think the business will be moving. That people are interested to understand, especially most of our colleagues want to understand.
Well, I think the important thing here is to realize that this is a historical moment. It is the first time ever that we're experiencing anything like this. So in these circumstances, I don't think anybody can see or predict what is going to happen. I mean, now they're starting to talk about, we are luckily seeing the curve being flattened here in New York. As you all know, New York's been the epicenter and has been very, very badly hit. So we have been able to, or we have been necessary to take extreme measures in this lockdown situation, just like you've seen it in Italy. And they're now starting to talk about how to open up again. Now, from all the information that I'm gathering, I think the opening up is going to be a very gradual and slow process. So how I am advising my students how to cope with this is, first of all, take the moment as it is now and make the best of it. This is an opportunity now to do things that you have never had time to do before. It's actually a wonderful thing to acknowledge that we are in a pause, not in a stop, but in a pause. And in that pause, it gives you time to actually do things that you never had time to do. And that's very easy to think about in your dancing. What is it that you always wish that you would have had time to do? Now is the time to do that. And then I think in order to prepare for the future, we need to acknowledge that it is going to be a new normal that we're going to face in the future. And it's going to be a very slow and gradually opening. So again, we have a wonderful time, a wonderful opportunity now to plan such slow opening. And when I say slow opening, I foresee that obviously large gathering, it's going to be a long time before we can be allowed to do large gatherings, such as competition with a lot of audience. I foresee that it's going to be a long time before we can freely travel from country to country, which we were so fortunate to be able to do before. But maybe that's a good thing, that we stay put a little bit in each country that we're in, focus on what can I do to make this a better dance industry in the future. And then once we all get loose again, then then I think we're going to see a much kinder and loving world in the future.
Alan, this is exactly my point. I want you to think, before I'm going to ask you one question now to Marcel, and I want you to come back to you and ask you what we can do better. This is a really good question. Yeah. And I've been down at home for quite a while, and I'm trying to understand what we can do better. What I'm trying to say, Marcel, I know you are far away. And I'm gonna now I ask you like also what kind of a change you expecting it will come in the dance business after this moment? What kind of change you're expecting?
Yes, well, it depends, of course, about what kind of dancers you're talking. If you think about the top class dancers, I think if they could be, if they live together, they could train together. If they're not living together, there is a social distance, and that will be very difficult for some couples to practice. And I agree with Alan, it will take a long time, because I think before the dance world can really start to be a little bit normal, will take another 3 months and maybe longer. But I think the top class, world class couples will after that be quite quickly. They will look into the competitions they can follow. They can they're looking for earning money again, so they can spend their money with their teachers. So the teachers also will be back to normal working situation after a couple of months. And then they will look to the best competitions for them, political, what is important for them, and also important that they will dance in competitions where they can earn a good prize money. But saying that, Jerry, I think, yes, that it is political. There is a different world opening.
Marcel, I want to ask you, I want to come back to political just a little bit later, because now I want to keep our focus for a little bit about what kind of real change is going to happen. Because these political questions, I want to keep it a little bit later, because our audience for sure are interested to know. I want to say, if Alexei, you are here with us, I'm sure you are, just open your microphone a little bit, because why I want you, Alexei, to be with us, because I want to now present another video for the people. And I know you you have many schools and you run many online lessons. But because of this, I want first to show the video to people, then I want to talk to you a little bit about this, and then I want to come back to Alan and Marcel and everybody about all the point we've been discussing. I think this is exactly the point we are now at the moment. So, Alexei, give me 2 minutes. We're going to call the Regia for the video. Katya, take it over, please, for us. Yes. Hello, guys. We try to close, because we have many participants. As you see, we are already 82 now, and we have 44 more waiting outside. So we are a lot of people. Amazing webinar. This is the changing. I was being told by some of the youngest, because I call web seminar, and they told me, excuse me, you are using the wrong wording. It's called webinar. So I have to learn this new word in webinar. So I think at these days we have a lot of webinar, online lessons, and I want to ask, of course, I guess he knows a lot about how to do this kind of business, because he has a lot of schools. He's a president of one of the biggest international dance sport organizations for pro-ams. So I'm sure he has a lot to give advice to us and to you at home to be understanding the benefit or the negative side of it, of the online lesson. Alexei, please.
Hi, everybody again. Thank you, Jerry. So for us, it's a very interesting situation, and I'm absolutely agree with Alan that never experienced such huge changes in our life, which happened very, very quickly. And if we are talking about our own experience about online lessons, it's a very funny story because two months ago, one of our students, she moved to Singapore and called me and said, Alexei, why you don't have online lessons? And I was very sure to say why we need online lessons. We have schools here, and who need online lesson? It's like drink non-alcoholic beer and make a toast with the mirror. So it's have no sense to have online lessons. And the life show us that everything could be very different in a moment. So we also started to teach online lessons, of course, and I think we are lucky with our business because we really help people to spend a good time home because it's not easy to stay for the whole day home. And our teachers, they switched very quick for online for online lessons. We have it through Zoom, by the way. And at the moment, we started from 10 online lessons 2 weeks ago, and now we have more or less 100 lessons per day.
Wow, it sounds like a terrific numbers of lessons, really, by the way. So very high numbers of lessons. That's why I was so interested to know your opinion and to know the exactly numbers that you've been telling us. It's like amazing, people can move from the studio to online lesson. What was the feeling of these clients? How they feel about it? How they percepting this? And how the teachers develop themselves to be able to teach them privately from school to web?
For me, it was a really interesting experience because we have more than 150 teachers in the network, and we are really lucky with Olga, with my partner, that they are very professional. They organized small chats and they share experience. They share life hack. They teach each other to use a Zoom, and they did it for 2 days. So we switched to online lessons very, very quick because due to government restriction, we have to close our clubs. We just keep open 2 of our clubs because the competitors of the Dancing with the Stars in Russia, we just started a new season on last Sunday. They have a rehearsal there. So I don't like to say that all people switch to the online, all teachers switch to online lessons, but most of them, I think 70% of our teachers now teach online.
Oh, wow, it's good numbers. And then before I want to understand all the opinions of the others, because we have here, Alexei, as you see, great teachers and famous coaches in the world. I want to know their opinion. I want to ask the Regia to please prepare for me the next video, because it's a little bit now, we do a little bit commercial for our community, because as you know, we have also need to survive. We have webinar tomorrow. So Regia, please. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, coming back to our living room and chatting with us. This is tomorrow. We have so lucky tomorrow. We have a Joanna Lunis lecturing for us. We have Diego and Katia Arias to lecture for us, and I will do a little bit what is called BSM, is Body Sport Marketing and is with me. So if anybody want to join us, Champions Tour is more than welcome for you. Contact us by, as I say, email, phone numbers, or anything you want. We are very happy. But as Alexei say, we are very, very delighted because we are moving. Is moving his 150 teachers, 70% of them already moved to online teaching. I want to know the opinion of one of the greatest teachers in the world that a little bit know him, and I'm sure he completely disagree because he's a man of touch, a man of feeling. And of course, creating feeling from television is difficult. Giordano, sei con noi? Eccoti qua.
Ok, Jerry. Secondo me avrà senz'altro successo questo video teaching method. But successful, yes. For beginners, yes. Medium class, yes. High, I'm sorry. I don't believe so. Because I think the teacher have to work together with the students. And the student have to make feel the teacher what he feels. The experience of the teacher will give him some ideas or make him think how to improve himself. But the improvement is very slowly. Only if it's a dialogue together, we can understand what he wants to show to the public, in which way he wants to produce the music outside his body. So to these points, it needs much more connection between teacher and people. So I don't think the website can see that. Second part, the website, it cannot show you the musicality of one person in relation to the music. So in a high level, I don't think this will work. But commercial part, yes, this I do agree. It will work because people like this, they can use this video anytime they want, anywhere they want. So very good, but don't make people think. And this is the problem of these days. People don't think. They are looking for solution. They don't want to work hard. And if they want to be unique, they have to work hard. They have to think. They have to learn to talk to themselves and not just to get a lesson and to watch a lesson. Doesn't mean anything. I don't think they will go too far. This is what I think about a website.
Well, Joe, thank you. Alan, what is your opinion? I'm sure I would like to know your opinion on this because it's a very interesting topic.
Well, I'm a great fan of challenges in life. So you can imagine I'm riding on a wave right now because this is probably one of the biggest challenges I have ever experienced. And I think that many people agree with that. So I am extremely grateful for technology today. I'm extremely grateful that we have the opportunity to explore a new venue, such as teaching online. I think we are learning new things, new sides, and new aspects of our industry by doing so. Something that we perhaps never would have learned. I don't think I would ever have thought about giving a lesson online. Right now, I'm running group classes online weekly. My kids are so happy that they get to continue their group classes even through this disruption. And also, I'm still doing private lessons as well. And I'm actually finding myself being challenged in new areas of my teaching methods. So I think this is a great learning process for everyone. And it makes us look at aspects within the dancing that we maybe would not have thought about. Now, we've been going through the last 20 years of an era that I call the technology era. And what that means is everything is about technology and learning about the possibility we have with the technology. we've been so, how can I say, so experienced by now, learning all this. And I predict that the next era, which we are going into, and I very much believe this, especially now after this pandemic, the next era we're going to go into is what we call feeling good era. And feeling good era is about the experience, the true, authentic experience that you're going through doing something. Now, this is very good for our business and our industry, because I agree with Giordani that we cannot replace our lessons with online lessons. That would be absurd. Dancing is art. It is not just about visuality or visual effect. It's including our music, first and foremost, our musical interpretation. Well, we all know we have a bit of a problem with the synchronizing the music with the movement through a screen. And we don't get the same experience through a screen. We can see lines, we can see power and speed. We cannot see the degree of musicality, and we cannot see the degree of partnering through a screen. So of course, we do not want to neglect these two most important aspects of dance, which is why dance is art. So to sum it all up, I think this is a great challenge and a learning process, and we'll learn new things about our industry through this. But I'm very much looking forward to go back to the real thing afterwards.
I think Giordano want to reply back to you. I can see Giordano was moving. So
I say low level, medium level, when on a high level, it doesn't work. It doesn't work anymore. Because, you know, you need the brain of the person. In a high level, we have to have this communication with the music, with the floor, and with the teacher. That for high level, you need a request of the teacher in front, who you can observe any particular connection with the floor, with the partner, and we got these 3 dimensions. Otherwise, in the video, we don't have these 3 dimensions. And we don't have the musicality. We just think to understand. We try to understand. That will be good for the public, yes. But for art, high level, I don't think. But I say again, for beginners and medium class, yes.
Thank you, Giordano. I understand a little bit the point, and what I'm trying to understand is here, that this new technology that we are to use it, we have to use it. We have we have no choice. It takes us between, like what he says, commercials to emotions. Now
we have to balance this. We cannot take one out to put one in.
Yeah, but
so we have to.
I understand. But the question I want to ask, and this is for Marcel, because Marcel has been, as I know, for a long time, he's running many studios when he used to be with his sister, run in Holland. They used to run the Reich dance studio, and they used to have classes, a lot of big classes. And I was witness of some of these classes with like 1,000 of people. He was able to do commercials together with emotions. Please, Marcel, can you tell a little bit about what you think, your experience, and if it's possible to apply to the future?
Well, look this way, yes. I think it's great to have dancing online, yeah. And I did it as in a special program in Holland, a series on one of the main television stations. We learned them different dances, basic step, and we showed them, people around me, which were students, how to do it, and I explained it. It worked really very well. And we had very high notes from the public, from the people at home who looking at our dance lessons there. But I also agree that if I have to train a very good couple, yes, it is a different feeling. You can't do that on television. You can't bring that over to a couple who is really high-class couple. But it depends about which group are you talking. You know, my dance school, indeed, In the best time, I had over 5,000 students in free studios, and we teach them by ourselves, our assistants, but we also, I told you, we teach on television, and it was a great time. And especially now, when people cannot actually follow a dance lesson in a dance school, it's the best way for dancing to make it more popular, I'm sure. But then we're not always talking about the top couples in the world. You know, I think it's more important for also social dancing, for example. I think that's a wonderful way to be online dance teacher.
Thank you, Marcel. Thank you, Marcel. Thank you very much for your comment. I can see there's a lot of people thinking and moving on this topic. And for this reason, I guess it's very important that we know from the ladies also a point of view. And I would like to ask Lorna, I already opened for you, Lorna, your microphone, so you can be able to say your opinion. And after that, I want also Katia, see what you think about this online lesson. This is basically very important for our people home, especially for the parents, Lorna. Keep in mind that a lot of parents was watching us, they have kids at home, and they encourage them to take lessons, not just dancing lessons, they do also normal school lessons online at the moment. So I want you to tell what is your, because I know you have, I always call you my mother, you know, I'm a single mother, my mother is home, and because you always like have a big heart, and can you tell us a little bit what you think, and then we also Katia will add also something else.
Well, I think that particularly in this particular time, one of the biggest things is keeping people interested. And I think from that point of view, the online lessons are amazing because you can still keep contact with your pupils, with your students, and you can still give them some kind of enthusiasm and some basic things to practice maybe. And from that point of view, I think it's wonderful. However, if we move on from that, if we're talking about the higher end of the market, the people who want to do competitions and who want to win those competitions and hopefully become champions in the end, I think the online thing is impossible. You're not going to make champions from it. You'll have people who win competitions. That doesn't really mean that they are a champion, because the champions need to compete against other people, and we work on a basis of direct comparison. The artistry, the musicality, the emotional side, the creativity, all of those things are relevant in somebody's performance. You can't teach those and you can't transmit those on video. There is no way that you can actually tell what I'm feeling now. You know, that moment of touch is there, you know, so the online lessons, I think, are fine for keeping people interested and keeping them with you, but, and maybe not stopping them from stopping and finding some other thing that they like to do. So it's great for that. There's a certain amount of information that you can teach online, but those extra things you're going to need to have the one-to-one.
Sorry to interrupt, Lorna, but each couple have different priorities, and the only way you can know their priorities by a personal thing, one-to-one. You can't have priority online. I don't know what your priorities are, so I thank you for that.
I understand what your point of view. I want to know also, Katia, what you want to say to us about this, because after I want to close it with Alexei, concluding this topic about this online lesson, because I opened with him, so I want to close it with him. Katia.
Okay. I'm not agree with the online lesson, and for social dancing as well, because socializzare in Italian language you mean you meeting to each other, you play the music, you dancing together, and two people enjoy to stay together. Then you go like art. You will never be a maximum, give the maximum in online. You need to go deeper, you need many years. And in the sport as well. You never reach top results only to see online lesson. For children as well, maybe to know the dance world, it's okay to just have a small idea, but we need competition. We are all competitors. We are like camera, but we are when we go and dance in the floor, or when you are judging, or when we perform in any type of dancing. I think perform very important. And I'm sorry about this. Italian person, I don't like online. I like to stay together, to enjoy, and to stay
to touch,
to kiss. Of course, it
Thank
is.
you. Yes, we understand your point, Katia.
I want to be very positive, Jerry. This for sure.
I know for sure. I understand it. Very good, very point. That is okay. So I think we open a great debate here, and I think today will be not. We cannot solve today all the problems. We only start today to discussing. Perhaps we have to come back again about this topic, and this is why before Victor will prepare the next question, because I know Victor's question is ready after my question, and it's very like we're moving completely to political side because. As you know, people, ladies and gentlemen, the borders are closed in the world. Okay, they are difficult to travel in, and how we feel difficult for us. And I missing Italians, and I'm Russians. I'm very nice, and people from New York that cannot travel. As Alan said, we have another big problems in the dancing world. The border between federation are closed. We don't like that anymore. We like freedoms. So this is another question that Victor is preparing for you, ladies and gentlemen. To be ready. So Alexei, as we're waiting now, I want you to conclude in because we are open with you this topic, and I want you to summarize after this great opinion with these people, what you're going to say to us.
Thank you, Jerry, to asking me to summarize everybody, but nobody can tell better than Alan, and my standing ovation for every of his word. And I totally agree with Giordano and with Lorna and Nick that it's good, the online lessons is good to keep people involved, to keep contact with them, to keep the loyalty to the teachers. But of course, it's not a way to improve the masters and the top of the couples, and of course it just could be add to the normal lessons, but of course, and never way it's change the offline lessons to this online lessons. Just like we could do something. It's now we have no chance to go to the gym, but it doesn't mean that we stop the sport. We try to do something at home, and I think the online lessons, it's also like a small addition or like temporary changes in our life with all this pandemic.
Thank you, Alexei, for your closing of this debate on this topic. And then now, as Victor's making himself ready for the next questions, actually, I will like you, Alexei, just to tell you, I know you're preparing the next competitions for Pro-Am online. If I correctly have the right information, and I think it's on the 25th of April, you do a Pro-Am competitions online. We did it only with the kids at the moment. Is that true? Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yes, briefly, it's not like a real competition like you have with the kids, because we will have a video contest. So the April 25th, it's the date of our Champions Ball this year. It's a big prime competition, and we are lucky to have almost all of your guests here as the judges and as the VIP guests. And this year, of course, we are close. So just to keep again the loyalty of our customers and to keep contact with them, we decided to make like a championship, but our competitors have to send any video 45 seconds and any dance. Just send the video from the previous Champions Ball from any year. We run this competition for more than 10 years. So they can register, they can entry in one dance only. So we expect more or less 100 couples in 8 dance styles. And judges judge online with a skating system these finals. We will have 8 or 7 finals.
Thank you for your updating. We're looking forward to see your events, and then we're ready to speak.
I will be more than happy if anybody of your famous guests could be with us for half an hour, 1 hour to judge these videos. So I will be more than happy, and thank you very much for this discussion.
And thank you, Alexei. Thank you for your offer. And we are, as a Champions Tour channel, we're very happy to host you here with us, and we have a good partnership with that one. I think Odessa is ready for the next question. I want to talk to my friends. Victor, are you ready?
Of course, Jerry, we are ready. And I would like to ask our guests about their opinion, what they think, which kind of changes should happen inside federations after this time, after this quarantine.
Thank you, Victor. I understand you're a little bit concerned about what is the political dance situations, and now because all this moving from one organization to organizations, if that at the end of this quarantine that we are sitting, I guess, here for a long time, as everybody says, we will perhaps, I have information from Italy that there will be no running event, public event until next year. So for sure that will be make a lot of stress, to the competitors, and for sure federations and national, internationally, have to be, I guess, a little bit thinking different. And because of this, I just want not a long debate, though, I just want to know the opinions. And I will take it from Alan. If you're ready, I just want to know your opinion about this, how you think it will change in some of the situations around the world after this terrible moment, or will be, everything will go back the same or whatever. Alan?
For sure, I don't think everything will go back to what it was. I talk about the new normal. I think there will be an impact on the whole world after this. I look at it like this. It's nobody, unless you have a crystal ball, we can't really predict what is going to happen. But usually, when we're trying to predict anything, we go back in history and see what has been proven to happen in certain circumstances. Now, these circumstances we're in now is a war. It's a war against the invisible enemy. And it is very much comparable with wartime. What usually happens in society and in human instinct is when things are going good, we start to create problems. When the economy is up, when the business is going, when everything is in flow, more and more people getting success, we tend to get greedy and we want more. And when we want more, we start to eliminate our opponents. And in war times where things are more difficult, it's also proven that it unites people and people start to get together. And this is, if I should predict what's going to happen, I talked about a little bit earlier, I think when we go through things and are being deprived on what we usually have, suddenly we start to become more appreciative, we become more caring, we become more united, we become more loving. So I am very hopeful for the political side of our industry that we're going to have much more understanding, acceptance amongst us. And I think that would be a great platform to start up the new normal.
Yes, thank you very much, Alan, and for your pictures. And we're going to make a round of our living room to see opinions, so home people can understand it. Because, as you know, everybody knows, time is running, and and we are. I want people to be able to go on time for dinner, who's live in Italy, and people that lives in Russia, like time to go to relax themselves. And for Marcel, I'm going to ask him to talk. So he's going to be sleeping. Marcel, can you give us your opinion about the futures of politics? How you can see after these problems, after this war, as Alan called it?
Yes. Well, okay. I tell you my opinion. First of all, after you haven't been dancing for such a long time, and you told us already that in Italy there won't be a competition until the new year. Is that right?
Correct. This is the information. There are not been officially yet, but they've been discussing. I read it some government law, and if they're moving, they will allow people to move. But for sure, they cannot be together, big numbers of people.
Yes, I understand. But for me, well, once the doors are open again to dance, when the competitions will be organized and couples can join competitions, of course, everybody start to train again. But what I feel is after you've been very limited to do your practice in dance, only by yourself, and if you're lucky and you live together with your partner, you can dance together. And otherwise, for a long time, you could maybe not dance with your partner. I believe it makes the spirit of the people more free. We always talk about freedom for dance, right? We talk about freedom for dance. I believe there will be more freedom for dance for all the couples, because the couples themselves, I think, after this period, feel more free themselves. And then when you think about the organizations, the World Dance Council Amateur League, yes, was for a long time really the only organization within our dance world. Yes, we don't talk about the World Dance Sport Federation. That's a different thing. They were the only ones. Now, already at this time, we have new organizations forming because people like to have freedom for dance. And I believe that the couples are more able to choose what they want. We talk about many good organizations. For example, the World Dance Organizers, they have new championships. I'm sure in the very near future, probably already after the finish of the coronavirus, people will be able to dance there and do it without any pressure, because they haven't been pressured politically for a couple of months. It can be also, for example, the EADC, the Euro-Asian Dance Council, which have fantastic competitions. People are going to dance in new areas. I'm sure that will happen after the corona. What do you think? Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, Marcel. Thank you, Marcel. And I actually want to go exactly to the people that have been also involved with, as you mentioned, the organization WDSF. And I want to know, because I heard at the beginning of the speak about, or maybe one of our meeting we have, that many competitions also in WDSF are closing, and the one biggest one in August that they have in Germany, the German Open, that I feel and understand that it will be not running. I want to know, Giordano and Katia, their point of view, what people after this quarantine and after they can be able to go back after this war what's going to happen in WDSF or what they think about it. Of course, you can only answer for yourself. I'm you cannot answer on behalf of everybody, but I'm sure you, both of you, Giordano and Katia, you are big leaders, and then you can be able to tell us what you're thinking about it. And your opinion, it will be very much important for our audience at home. Giordano, Katia.
Okay, first of all, I have to admit I agree 100% what Alan says. That's for sure. And in this period of time, I think people must think to change something. They must.
Yeah.
Unification is a big word. It's a big word because everybody is jealous of his property. But I think we have to find a compromise in order to unify not one federation, but to unify the dancing in order to increase the dancing. At this moment in time, we are decreasing the number. So I think the top political person have to sit down in one table and start to discuss how can we work together. This for sure. Thank you, Jerry.
Katia?
I think yes, after this main thing, I think people want to dance competition as well. And few things we need to change for sure. I'm agree with Alan and what my husband said. But for sure the people have more enthusiasm to go to the competition. Now, the SF, I like few things in changing. I think we have too many competitions. To be more concentrated in the proven dances, start to enjoy again. I think the last moment before the coronavirus, it was too busy, too many things, nobody happy, nobody was enjoying. It was only running. And you see the children as well, it was stopping enjoying. The private lesson was no like before. Too many group lessons, too many training camps. I think we need to involve more all together the pro arm as well, the single dance. I think new thing, the children single dance, all together, all in one. Thank you, Jared.
Thank you, Katia, for your opinion and advice. And then I can see, I want to go to Michael and Lorna because I want to talk to them because I heard that, I don't know, everybody we read it, we know that Blackpool is been moving to August, end of August. I don't know what's going to happen, or maybe Michael and Lorna, can you updating us? And then if I understand it, Blackpool has never been cancelled for over 70 years. So I'm a little bit worried about, not worried, but I want to understand what happens and how you, Michael, and Lorna will come back to us soon. She will be able to tell us also what you think. What will be the industry after that? And what is your hope, Michael? What is your hope for the next future for all of these younger dancers in the world?
At the moment, well, Blackpool is going ahead, they said, in August. But I can't see it going ahead because A, the couples haven't got the money, B, they can't get over to the country, so they're going to have a lot of problems. I think, like Alan said and Joe, and I agree with everybody, that the first thing we've got to do is not necessarily, we mustn't restrict any couples from dancing in any competition. But before we do that, we have to get all the societies together, the WDO, the WDC, the WDSF, everybody. We should get people to talk about it and say, hey, enough is enough now. We should all work together. If we don't work together, we're not going to have an industry. The industry is already dying at the moment. There will never be champions like we had in the past. When Alan was a champion, Yuka, Paul Killick, Joe, myself, Alan Fleck, there's not going to be those type of champions anymore, because they're giving up. Now, the most important thing, I have my competition in October. I have my dates. Now, whether it runs or not, that's neither here or there. But the gathering, and the same with the international, they won't be, like Alan said, big gatherings. They might, a few couples come over and dance, but it won't be the same to another, at least a year before everybody starts to work together. At the moment, as we said, online videoing and all this is okay, but not for producing champions like we've had in the past. It's very difficult. And what a lot of people haven't realized or haven't spoken about, the finance. People haven't got any money anymore. We cannot charge the prices that we've been charging over the years. The prices have got to be lowered to build up our industry again. It takes a long, long time to build up an industry when it's right down the bottom of the market. And it's very, very hard to say this, but as you know, and everybody knows, I organize 7 competitions a year. I had to cancel already 5 competitions that we can't do. I had to cancel the Carl Allen, everything. So, but that's not only me, that's everybody. But financially, everybody's going to be in very, very big trouble. They're going to have problems with visas. They're going to have problems with flights. There's so many things that they're going to have problem with that everybody this year should say, forget it, and let's start again maybe in January with a fresh new year, everybody working together.
Thank you, Michael, for your pray. And everyone, I guess, we will join me on this pray that everything will have to sit down, people, and to be try to be much more wisdom than there was before. That's for sure. Alexei, you are here with me, and I just want to. You are the last speaker today, and then we all be free. You are running 2 events, one under one banner, the second one under a different banner. You've done it very good for the last, I don't know, many years. You've been able to make that things happen. I would like to congratulate with you for your wisdom already. And can you just give some wisdom word to the people? And I agree with Michael 100%. The industry is suffering a lot, so we need to be calm down and much more wisdom. That's for sure is the great, great word, wisdom from the dancing leaders. And you here, I have the great leaders today. So I pray for this wisdom. Alexei.
It's difficult to say anything more, but really at the moment we couldn't even imagine what will happen. Here in Russia, we just, as they say, in the beginning of the troubles with this pandemic, and we feel, of course, the same, like Mike said, that we lose a lot of money, and what we are thinking now, just to keep our clients with us and just to support them, and we are looking after this situation, and to be honest, we keep our champions goal in June, but deep inside I feel that it's not realistic. So of course we are hope for the better future, but now we just try to manage day by day.
Day by day. Yes, Alexei, day by day is what we do now, day by day. So I agree with you. Thank you very much, Alexei, for your speaking. And I want to, first of all, say thank you to you to become today. Thank you for your time, Alexei. Thank you for your wording, and have a good luck for your event and good luck for the future business. Thank you, Alexei.
Thank you.
And now one more thank you is going all the way to Indonesia, Bali, to colorful man, always bright and full of energy and dancing. Please don't stop to dance by the pool. Don't stop to put this video because people love it. Bye-bye, Marcel.
Thank you very much, Jerry. Very interesting to see this first program, and I hope you continue and get a little bit more switch over as well from one to the other in their opinions. That could be very interesting for the public. But for the first time, it was very, very nice, very interesting. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you again, Marcel. Another big thank you is going to, I always admire him. We've been friends for a long time. I always admire as a dancer. He's always like, I call him evolution man, because he's always great idea in steps and choreography, and he always mix all the components that you see around the world with the new feeling inside the dancing. He's going to New York. Alan, thank you very much from my heart to be with us today, and thank you for everything.
Thank you, Jerry. You're welcome. It was my pleasure. Very interesting topics for sure, and very appropriate. I want to wish all the dancers in the whole world all the best. Keep your spirit up. Keep your passion for dancing. Be hopeful. Be patient, and we will get there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alan, once again. Thank you, Alan. And I want to leaving my friend, my teachers from London free, because I'm sure Lorna is running to the kitchen to prepare the dinners as I or something like this. I want to say again, you are always amazing. It's always nice to listen to you too. And you know, I can stay here hours and hours to listen to your opinion, because your wisdom helped me through all my life. And people say how I learned to become a leader. I say because I was lucky to meet a lot of good people that teach me on my way, and you are one of the two people I have in my life. So thank you very much, Michael and Lorna. And stay safe, stay home for your kids. Give us, all the audience, your warmth. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. We've enjoyed today, and it's a great idea, and I think you're going to get a lot of success with it.
You've done a very good job, very good job. And it was nice to meet everybody that we haven't seen, like Marcel, Joe and Katia. Alan we've seen quite a few times, but it was nice to see him as well. And also Dennis, it was very nice of you. And keep up with this video, because I think it will be more successful than ever.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we would like to wish all the dancers throughout the whole of the world, don't get depressed, don't be despondent, keep your spirit up, as Alan already said, because we've gone as far as we've gone, and we're on the way out, I'm sure. So we'll all be back being able to hug one another. That's what I miss.
Thank you, Lorna. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Lorna, for your kind words, and then thank you so much. And now I want to say hello before Victor will take into closing to all our friends. Thank you very much, Giordano. I'm not going to tell you what Michael told me secretly before, because he said that this transmission will continue. You're going to sponsor it, so because he knows you are a very rich man. So he told us that you're going to be our patrons on this one. So I'm not going to tell you now. Okay, it's not an open open to everybody information. He told me secretly. I think he's going to call you tomorrow or something, or he's going to text you about this point. Anyway, Giordano and Katia, you've been very, very important in my life. You have been great teachers. Everybody knows there's no discussions here. You, Giordano, your wisdom has always been there, and I know you are getting together people. You like to create a community, and you are always for it, and you always building up a champion from this community. I wish one day all to come back. I wish to one day to come back to see you at your home with your beautiful wife next to you, and have a nice meal together, because who people doesn't know, Giordano is a great chef also. So when I'm going to Giordano, I always eat a lot, and I'm very happy about it. Joe and Katia, please.
Thank you, Jerry. Grazie, Jerry.
Thank you very much, Jerry, for involving us in this wonderful discussion. I hope in this discussion that will be wild. No, I'm sure you're going to be successful. Okay, Jerry, thank you. And thank you for all the spectators they're going to be.
Good luck for everybody.
Good
Bye.
luck.
Thank you. Good luck very much, Giordano, John, and Katia. Victor, come on. Come closing for us everything you can.
Безусловно, к завершению передачи хотелось бы поблагодарить всех, кто был сегодня с нами на протяжении этого часа. И, безусловно, хотелось бы сказать слова благодарности всем нашим гостям, которые провели время с нами, которые поделились с вами, со всеми, с нами своим мнением по поводу происходящей ситуации в мире и в танцевальном мире в том числе. Безусловно, хотелось бы поблагодарить самого Джерри Абрате и все сообщество Champions Tour за предоставленный проект, который позволяет нам каждую среду в 19:30 на канале Champions Tour Channel обмениваться мнениями, общаться на актуальные темы. И еще раз приглашаю всех в следующую среду в 19:30 по европейскому времени. Оставайтесь дома, будьте здоровы. До встречи в следующую неделю, в следующую среду. Jerry?
Thank you, Victor. Thank you. And stay home, stay safe. Everybody stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much for my guests to be with me. It's not about my success only. It's about keeping our industry, keeping our community, because I love very much what I do. I create all my life for it, and I give all I can to this industry. I give with my heart and soul. And thank you all these wonderful people that today came. Trust, try. We have had to ask sorry if something was wrong on the way. Technical, we try our best. You know, there's a lot of people working, believe me. Everybody, as you say, we invest in our time. We invest in our money to try to make this industry good. I do for the passions like Victor did it, and everybody come today. And because we want you home to be safe, I want your kids to be safe. They still like the dancing because we want to see many, 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 many champions in the future. Thank you very much. Tomorrow you can see this talk show in our channel. Will be there. You just go into Champions Tour channel. It's called championstour.dance. It's our website. You can see under the media all the our transmission of today, so you can watch it as much as you like it. And I want to invite you again next week, next Wednesday, same place, same time, with different people and different guests. Thank you. Good night.